Let's ride, outlaws. Welcome to Ghost Rider Intuition. My name is Bree. I'll be your judge, jury, and executioner over here, as well as president of the Motorcycle Club. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button as you're coming into the video, just so that you can stay updated with everything that we have going on. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well. So yeah, I didn't have a song pull for you guys today, so let's just get into the oracle and, you know, get the energy flowing. As I was in the shower today, I was, just trying to connect into channel, and like, it's kind of funny because like immediately after I did that, like my power went out in my apartment. That's the thing in Vietnam, like rolling power outages are just commonplace here. And especially like in the summertime, because everyone's trying to do construction before the rainy season arrives. So yeah, we've been dealing with that today. So you may hear, the power go in and out during the reading today. Don't be alarmed if you do. But yeah, so let's just get into it. Call upon the Most High, my ancestors, angels, demons, spirit guides, power animals. Please be here with me here and now. Protect me as I channel and use me as a vessel of the divine. Use me as a mouthpiece for truth, clarity, and the highest good of all. Please dispel the veil of falseness, and any spirits of distortion or opposition to the messages must leave here at once. Ashe. All right, so let's connect into the energy today. Despite the little inconveniences that are happening today, like the energy, overall, it feels good. I think I'm gonna take myself out to the beach a little bit later on, just to kind of like maybe catch a little drink by the beach and decompress, because I've been getting the guidance that I've been too cooped up in the house. It's time to bring a little bit of play and to like give the mind a little bit of rest. Because anyone who knows me knows that I am a grade A overthinker. If you don't tell me what it is, I'm gonna find out what it is. But yeah, that's the energy today, Spirit, for my collective. We have Marine Masquerade with glamour, intrigue, and drama. As well as the Dried Flower Fairy with Sweet Memories. At the bottom of the deck, we have Clockwork Pumpkin with a wonderful idea, the aha moment, and then Fairy of the Divine Hand with intoxication, distorted view, and overindulgence. So what I'm getting with this is that it's important to tap into like your glamour and your intrigue and the energy of play right now. Kind of like what I was saying with like going to get a drink by the beach. Like with the intoxication being at the ego here, like there could be a need to change your perspective. And sometimes that change in perspective can come through intoxication. So everything within moderation, it's, there's nothing wrong with indulging within moderation here. There's something in your memories that is going to lead to like an aha moment for you if there's an issue that you've been struggling with. Let's see. What else is here? What else do I need to know about this energy here? Like there's a need to find a new flow. If you've been forcing something lately, this is an exercise in letting go and trusting in the protection of the divine here. Because you've been, basically overthinking yourself into unnecessary fear here when really everything is gonna be fine. With the witch and the black cat here, the fortune meets opportunity. These two are a classic pair. So have trust that whatever intentions that you've been setting out into the universe are going to come back for you multiplied. The black cat, again, is also an energy that I associate with like luck and protection. There goes my power again. Even though people perceive them to be unlucky. So tying back into this glamour card with glamour, intrigue, and drama. Things are not as they appear right now with trick or treat, mischief and play. Let's see, let's get into the dark wood. Okay, so what is is it that the collective is holding on to so tightly right now that is causing this unnecessary fear? What's being held on to that is causing unnecessary fear? I'm also hearing there's a need to do things that will stimulate your curiosity. With the Fool and the Empress in reverse here, it's like you could be holding on to wanting to appear a certain way to the public instead of just truly trusting in the divine here. So the Fool in this card is, I don't know how well you can see here, but she's like a beggar. Versus the Empress here, who's all glamorized in her red. So it's like you're holding on too tightly to wanting to be seen as having it all together, being afraid of being perceived as a fool by people who are on the outside, who don't have to carry the same baggage that you do, that don't have to follow the same path that you do. We have the Black Cat here in this card as well again, so it's like you are afraid of kind of falling off of the ledge here and not being supported as you are moving into a new chapter of your life that is, you know, ultimately for your betterment here. You know, there's foxes in the background, so it's like, yes, there are people in the background who would want to take advantage of this vulnerable position that you're in here, but we also have the spider in the card as well, so it's like giving a Nancy. Also, like, spiders are harbingers of a new chapter in your life, so something is inevitably ending here. And with the Eight of Pentacles here in reverse, like, you're being encouraged to let go of the feeling of having to force everything to work out. Like, don't take the low-hanging fruit at this time, because it's just going to end up causing you more of a headache than is necessary. What else? So how do we move through this energy? How do we move through this energy? So moving through this, we have the energy of the Hierophant here. So with the Empress and the Hierophant both being here, even though the Empress is in reverse, you're being encouraged to step into the higher octave of the Taurian energy here, which is really more so about like upholding traditions or the creation of new traditions. You know, leaning in on family, on not necessarily on religion, but you're being encouraged to find the balance between your higher and your lower selves at this time, between passion and purity, between authenticity and glamour here. You can be glamorous without being inauthentic here. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Lovers here, there could be a new opportunity coming in as far as work. It could also be love as well, but I'm picking up more so on partnership here. With the Hierophant here holding a contract, you know, take into perception like the things that you are choosing to work with at this time. We have the Nine of Pentacles, so this is like getting the courage to fly on your own, to be independent while still managing to work in a group dynamic here. It's like you're learning to maintain your independence while learning to play nice with others here. Okay, so what needs to be kept in mind about these new partnerships coming in that we are picking up on? Needs to be kept in mind about these new partnerships. With the Knight of Pentacles here, you're being encouraged to take your time and really read the fine print here. And the Two of Cups. So this is like the minor arcana version of the Lovers here. Take the time and really read the fine print to make sure that you're not tying yourself into the illusion of power because of sweet memories of the past that are casting illusions over the viability of a situation here. Don't feel like you have to take on the emotions and the to just accept the first thing that you're being given by these other people. So like in this card, yeah, he's handing her a cup, but I'm seeing this more as like he's trying to push his cup onto her while she's like assessing what's really in it here. We have the Ace of Pentacles again, so this is two different decks now. We also have the Ace of Cups. So this could be like a business and pleasure type of situation here, which can get a little bit sticky. And with the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck, it's like this is giving assessment, it's giving holding the world in the palm of your hands and truly seeing where you want to go here. We have the Rose again here, so it's like, oh, the Rose and the Lily are back in this card again, so it's again assessing between, you know, purity and passion here. Okay, so choosing the path of passions here, what can be expected? We have the Queen of Pentacles and choosing the path of purity. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. And then the Temperance path here. Five of Swords. So collective, you're being encouraged to follow your passions a little bit more here. With the Queen of Pentacles being here, it's like learning to receive abundance here. More on this. Seven of Swords. If you follow the path of purity here, you know, you're going to be following everything by the book. You won't have to feel the need to strategize so much here. And you know, you'll be able to keep a hold on the lion, so to speak, here. What will the overall outcome be of the purity path? Following the purity path, you end up at the Fool. So in a way, it would just be like coming back to the beginning of the reading all over again. And he's holding a white rose. More on the path of passion, thank you. But your emotional fulfillment is in the path of passion here. Something about a family. More on the passion path. More on the passion path. Where's the outcome of the passion path? But following the passion path will require, obviously, balance with the Two of Pentacles, but I'm also seeing the energy of travel over turbulent waters to get there. So following the path of passion, you'll have to temper the chaos and make the tough decisions. Temperance path. Yeah, you're gonna have to choose between the two though, because if we're trying to like maintain like the illusion of purity while following your passions, like we have the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, so you're gonna be, you know, fighting to just still feel left out in the cold here. Yeah, with the Queen of Cups, it's like this is giving me the energy of manipulation a little bit. Especially given, you know, the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Like, neither of those are good feeling. It's like, you know, mental conflict, financial conflict, and an overflowing of the emotional aspect that comes from those. The Queen of Cups is like the Queen of Illusions. See, the purity path sounds nice and all, but especially considering the fact that, you know, it's majors here, but I don't necessarily like the fact that you are being demoted from strength to the Fool. Like you're going back 8 steps here. There's a lot of yellow in these cards as well, so it's giving like solar plexus energy here. So walking the purity path, maybe, you know, it might serve your ego, but in reality, it would be a little bit of a downgrade here. We have the Hierophant again at the bottom of the deck, at the subconscious level. So it's like you are making the decision between the two here. Both hold different keys to life, but which door do you really want to open here? A piece of advice. With the Hermit being the advice here, this is a time to go within here and to find your own inner light, so that when you emerge, And when you make your decision, you're doing it from a place of balance, from a wise place. So that your own inner spark does not get drowned out by the pressures of outside individuals. Basically, so that you don't lose yourself within the relationships that you are forming. Anything else? The celestial realm is here. So with the Hierophant, I was focusing in on the crown here, so emotional development is needed as well. So that ties back into that Hermit card here. You know, taking the time out for self to really temper any emotions of, you know, unnecessary fear or the knee-jerk reaction to kind of paint a pretty picture of ourselves to avoid being looked at in a certain way with all that glitters. It's a fake coming out. So it's like, representing yourself as you are and allowing yourself to receive the help that you need in order to move forward. And this help may not even come from another person. It may be just, you know, help with moving past a spiritual or emotional block coming from your spirits here, but allowing that to come in. And just kind of bringing order to like your internal landscape before proceeding, so that you're not swept away by passion, essentially. Yes. Let's see. We'll get a plant oracle and then we'll close this one out. What plant influence wants to lend its aid to the collective at this time? We have cannabis here. So this ties back into themes of intoxication again. We also have that lion motif coming back with like taming passions. Let's read from the deck. The number 6 is significant here. So I would say check your 6th house placements and really take advantage of the Cancerian energies around in this current season, so that you can bring balance to themes of like family, home, you know, the inner body. 6th house. Cancer is not the 6th house. Cancer is Aries, Gemini. Cancer, 3rd house. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. 4th house. I'm sorry. So like 4th house, yes, 6th house is important as well because it's themes of like the internal body and things like that. But I'm picking up more on Cancer, like June energy, like June Cancer. Magically, cannabis can be used to enhance meditation, divination, spirit contact, and in some traditions as part of mystery initiation rites. Those are the traditional magics of ingestion and inhalation to shift the consciousness of the practitioner. In more outward forms of magic, the leaves, flower, and resin can be used in healing ritual to help the recipient be open to healing, dissolve rigidity, and feel the natural flow of life. Sprinkle it upon a candle spell. Cannabis tea can be used as a wash on magical tools to help open to other realities, such as a scrying mirror to see through time and space, or a blade or wand to open the gates and call forth the spirits. Cannabis can be sprinkled into magical ink to empower your spells and to help write or draw from a place of direct spiritual guidance. Care should be used in working magically with this plant. Just because it is not toxic like many of the witchcraft herbs, excess use can diminish results. The nature of cannabis is to lighten and open, dissolving rigid boundaries and bringing out our childlike loving nature. It expands our awareness, our field of consciousness, not only to other humans, but all of nature. It can help us to get in touch with our body, but also the body of the earth and our relationship to it. Cannabis can aid in increasing telepathic abilities and awareness. The healing nature helps us find joy and humor, allowing us to see ourselves and the world in a different light, calming us and also enhancing creativity. So be aware, be sensitive, connect and commune. When cannabis shows up, feel free, connected and play. Feel connected and play. Now is the time for letting down rigid defenses and enjoying the world. Find your bliss in simple, everyday things and be aware of the vast levels of life all around you, seen and unseen, physical and spiritual. The lion is symbolic of the relaxed royalty, its innate strength from being rather than only doing. Traditional card suits of the heart, diamonds, clubs, and spades is a balance of the traditional elements depicted in the tarot as cups, coins, wands, and swords. The resinous smoke of the plant brings a soothing balance embodied by the radiating mandala of the card. The affirmation is, I am open, I am connected, I am joyful. Okay, so this is also bringing me back again to the Hierophant card where I was talking about, like, I was really drawn to the image of the crown. And then in this card as well, she's wearing a cannabis crown. So you may be going through like a spiritual upgrade at this time, and there's a need to kind of surrender to spirit here and to find the joy in being crowned. So this may resonate for some, it may not resonate for all. If you know, you know. It's like coming out of the need to be perceived as perfect and instead to enjoy, coming to enjoy service, coming to enjoy the benefits as well as the responsibility that comes with that crown. Lightening the head so you're not so much in that energy of like heavy is the head that wears the crown, and instead it becomes an honor, it becomes a benefit to all. Yeah, that's what I get. All right, so I think that's where we'll leave it. Thanks for checking out the reading. Definitely take a look at the description box below. I'm running a tarot special for the month of July. If this resonated with you and you want a personal to kind of clarify a little bit more of the energy for your personal situation. All that information will be in the description box below. The sale information will be on my community tab. And yeah, thanks so much for being here. I hope you guys have a great afternoon. Let's ride out, outlaws.